Hello there everyone, my name is Mathew McKenna and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to react to Post Malone. I feel like he's just like exploded recently and I've heard his name so many times in the last like 2 years or whatever. I've had friends and relatives recommend that I listen to him and I've just never gotten around to it. I often get a lot of comments where people wonder, how have I not heard this person? And to answer that question, I have no contact with a radio. I don't drive anymore, but even when I did, I'd just plug in my phone and I just use Google Play Music. And until maybe a year ago when I started doing these videos, I had this aversion to pop music. So it's been amazing to really experience all of these artists and kind of get to know what they do, what they're all about, and what the pop scene is all about. Before we start though, if you're new here, make sure you click subscribe and enable notifications so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. All right, I guess we'll just get straight into it. I'm gonna start with what seems to be his most popular song. I just literally sorted by view count and it's called Congratulations featuring Quavo, who's another artist that I see everywhere. And Quavo is even rapped in other songs that I've done videos on. I feel like I've just seen it everywhere. All right, so let's listen to Congratulations. I like the slow beat. Okay, so it's kind of like a song that's a middle finger to the haters, right? You said I was gonna amount to nothing, but look at this, now everyone's saying his voice is kind of like, I guess, softer than I was expecting. He seems quite soft-spoken. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? How can I make sense? Okay, I get that. It took me a second to compute that. Wait, ever since I was young, he says. How old is he? I feel like, isn't he like my age? Yeah, he's literally, oh my god, I'm older than him. I feel like it's the goal, but this song is just kind of making me feel happy. I mean, maybe it's also just because he seems so happy. I don't know if it should be, but this is very inspiring. I quite like that one. That was really nice. There's something really inspiring about that because like I feel like so many people forget how much hard work goes into being an artist like that. Whether it's singing, acting, or being a YouTuber or anything. It takes so much effort and it's very common for people to say like, oh, they're so lucky, you know? The only thing that people really see is like the end result, you know? We don't see the years and years and years and years of hard work that went into Post Malone's career, you know? We just see, oh, he's suddenly super famous. People just have a tendency to forget what they don't see. So I always like hearing a song that helps to like draw back the curtain on that process and really talk about the hard work and commitment that goes into having a career like that. All right, let's move on to the next one. So this one is called Go Flex. I'm gonna assume that this is them flexing, right? It's gonna be all about like money and cars and bank accounts and stuff. That's what I'm expecting. Who knows? Maybe it's a motivational thing. I was not expecting an acoustic guitar and some high-pitched vocals. Sounds like I'm listening to a Joji song. Oh, there we go. That's what I was expecting. I don't even have this habit of just making me tap my feet. I like the composition of this chorus, just adding more layers on top of it, and it gives it like this deep resounding sound. Man, I just wanna go flex, gold on my teeth and on my neck. People seem to have this like hatred of people who flex, but I think when it comes to an artist who's made it like Post Malone, I think they deserve a bit of flexing. And I'm still the same and I swear I'm never switching. I'm still the same, I swear I'm never switching. That's a nice line too, kind of about staying true to yourself. Wow, it's really interesting to bring it back to the acoustic. A lot of songs like this don't end up having like a down. Yeah, well, that was an interesting ending because like I find there's a tendency in pop songs to sort of, you start low and you end high. And the idea is you end keeping people pumped. And it's not all that often. It does happen, of course, and I've reacted to songs that do it. That didn't feel like the kind of song that was gonna like come back down. I thought it was just gonna stay up and then end. So to hear that kind of come back down to the acoustic thing is really nice. And look, this is probably me reaching quite a bit, but this is the interpretation that it gave me. The song seemed to be about like, hey, I want to go flex, but also I'm still true to my roots. You know, I'm who I am and I'm not gonna change who I am. So I don't know about Post Malone's history, but maybe he started by playing guitar and singing, you know? And if that's the case, that's really cool symbolism because he starts that song playing guitar and singing. Then it goes through this whole evolution of music, everything changes and it becomes this bigger, more orchestrated song. But then at the end, it comes back down to him playing the guitar and singing. It's literally the music video coming back to its roots because that's where it started. Again, maybe I'm reaching, but if that symbolism is there, I think that's really, really cool. But as I was saying, I just want to expand on it a little bit. So many people really hate when people like flex what they have, and that's understandable. But at the same time, I think people misunderstand necessarily what flexing is, you know? I feel like flexing is really shoving something in your face, you know, saying like, look at what I have. Whereas like if you're an artist like Post Malone and you're simply like wearing nice stuff and you go out wearing nice stuff, that's not really a flex in my opinion. But kind of, even if it was, you sort of deserve to show off a little bit in regards to what you've earned, right? I think the idea of like, don't be proud of what you've earned is kind of weird, but maybe that's just me. All right, the next song is called Psycho, featuring someone called Ty Dolla $ign, I assume. God, I'm so disconnected. I don't even know if it's Ty or Ty, jeez. I like this slower feel too. I feel like the beat is gonna come in feeling pretty quick, even though it's a pretty slow BPM. I just realized that they're like driving this giant tank. The visuals on his music videos are crazy, but so amazing. Hey, I made my first million, I'm like, shit, this is it. Hey, 34 walk through, man, we had every slit. You know, it's funny listening to this after listening to the last song because he is kind of just flexing in this song. Damn, I ain't pick on side. Really trust nobody with all this jewelry on you. I just noticed a lyric saying that he can't trust nobody, and I feel like that's a common sentiment, right? A lot of very successful or famous artists feel like anyone they befriend is just going to be using them for their money or their fame. I feel like I hear lyrics like that fairly often. Old school Chevy, it's a drop top, bullin' with a dot. She gon' give me top. Oh my god, that fur coat. His sense of style is amazing. We gon' hit Rodeo, Dollar Valentino. We gon' hit Pico. I really like this simple beat coming behind it as well. Still in my pants though, all VVS's, put you in a necklace. It's really interesting because both of these guys have an element of rap, right? But they're both mostly just singing. It's a really interesting evolution of like hip hop / rap. I wasn't really able to extract much from that song. A couple of the lyrics just made me kind of think about how he's on the back foot in regards to his relationships in general, not just romantic ones, but friendships or whatever, because all people might see is like all of these materialistic objects, right? It's just a thought. So the last song we're gonna listen to is called White Iverson. I have no idea what this is gonna be like, so I can't really judge anything based off of the name of this one, so let's just do it. God, this feels angelic. It feels like he's calling to me from the heavens. Watch out, oh, watch out, oh, watch out, yeah. Oh, I really like the backing sound. Not the beat this time, but like the synth and bass is so nice. You gon' think about me when I'm gone. It's interesting because like a lot of these songs that are kind of to do with like, here's how great I am. Usually they reference people knowing them long after they're gone, not like, you won't know me when I'm gone. I think I'll expand on that after the video. Always smiling so much. She's got a very infectious smile. For practice, this shit just happens. No, y'all can't stand it. I have it, I never pass it. I wear my magic. I honestly just kind of got a bit distracted by the way he was singing just then. It was quite nice. I mean, the visuals of that towards the end were really nice as well. So like, okay, again, I'm not really 100% sure what the meaning of that song was, but I felt like, because he's talking about like spending and balling, but there were a bunch of lyrics kind of scattered in there that had to do with like the pointlessness of it all. So I wonder if that was kind of part of the commentary. That line to me where he spoke about, you know, you won't remember me when I'm gone or whatever, that really, really stuck out because, as I said, a lot of artists will sing about how people will always remember them. So this song to me kind of felt like an acceptance of the here and now. What we're doing right now and what we're planning for our future is what matters, you know? Not necessarily what people think about you as long as you're happy. Overall, I'm quite a fan. Those songs were very, very smooth as well and quite easy to listen to. I think out of all those, Congratulations would be my favorite. It was just a nice song that kind of just made me happy overall. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts. What songs out of those ones did you like? What didn't you like? And let me know if any of the meanings I extracted had anything to do with what the songs were. Maybe I was super way off base. Maybe I was spot on. If you know, I am definitely interested to hear. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to click that like button. And as always, have an awesome time until I see you next. See ya.